Hello, everyone. This is Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, and we're so super excited. One of my favorite people in the world, Miss Cynthia Rock, is here with me today, and we're going to be talking some really great things. And we are going to be talking about the Action Martial Arts Hall of Honors celebrating their 20th anniversary. We're going to be going back and interviewing some of those people that were there in the beginning. Hard to believe 20 years have now passed in this celebration. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, listen, I know we are 3 hours off and I'm in North Carolina. You're in California. God bless technology. But thank you for I know your schedule is pretty busy, but it's very important what we're talking about, especially as martial artists and the history that's been made. And I know that there shouldn't be anyone on the planet that doesn't know exactly who you are, but you might have some of those newbies just getting into martial arts. So I want to take the moment and give you a chance to sort of give everyone just a few plugs about your martial arts journey from the competitor, and the movies. And then what we'll do, we'll go in, we'll talk about Sifu Goldberg's event, and you're going to give us hopefully some juicy stories about him. We'll make him blush. But everyone, again, this is Cynthia Rock, martial arts champion, uh, uh, movie star. There's so many things about her. And I do want to start off with myself and say, she's a helping person. This is our 2016 book, the book that really launched the Who's Who in the Martial Arts series. And you know that Cynthia, she's on the cover of this book. And we're so grateful for having her support, coming all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, to kick this book off. And we really created something totally unique and something totally different. And again, we're going to get into why the book and the new book we're working on for Sifu Goldberg, the Action Martial Arts Magazine World History Book, why these books are so important. They're valuable, especially the way in which we're doing them. So, Cynthia, give everybody a really quick, shout out. Tell them a little bit about you, because there may be some young lady out there just getting involved in the martial arts. Well, who is this lady I've heard about, Cynthia Rothrock?
Well, martial arts when I was 13, and back then when I started, it was a little tough. Many women involved, in martial arts, and when I first started, it was a little complicated and hard for me because in the class, and I was like, how am I going to fight, and do a fist and shout? But, I learned a big lesson when I first started martial arts, and it's like not to give up. That isn't easy, and you have to work at things to be good. So once I realized this, I started training really hard with the passion. I entered a competition. As an orange belt, I was studying 5.5 months, and I had to compete against black belts. And they didn't have women separate, and I took second place. Then I had a black belt first, black belt, and I thought, you know what, I could be good in this sport. I'm going to really train hard. So I trained hard. I started competing in all the professional competitions. I was in form for 1981 through 1985, and then 85 was my goal, to retire #1 undefeated. Also was a weapons champion. 1982, I was #1 in the men's division, which was really, really tough to do because it was tough being a girl competing against hundreds of guys in weapons. So I'm really proud of that. And then in 1985, I went on an audition for a movie, and Yoon Kwai was there, cast me. He was actually looking for a guy. They were looking for a new Bruce Lee. And they said, let's go with a girl. So another lesson learned is that if you're really good, and you really believe in change people's minds. So I went off to Hong Kong. I did 7 movies there. They were quite popular, became popular worldwide, New America. And then that was my career. I was going to do movies, and I've done about 60 movies up until today. I'm still do seminars all around the world. I still do movies. I just finished one called Diary of a Lunatic. And no, I don't play the lunatic, although you might think so. And you know what? I just I love life, and like the saying goes, keep kicking, because that's what I keep doing.
Well, that is great. That is great. Going back, 20 years ago, when Action Martial Arts magazine was just getting kicked off, and they, coming up, and they decided to go with, an event such as what we have today, where we have, thousands and thousands of people show up for the expo. You wind up at 1,200, 1,500 people there for dinner. It is truly the largest martial arts event in the world. And, celebrities such as yourself, Don the Dragon, Dr. Bob, all these celebrities, people that have done extraordinary things show up. And this is the thing about it, that the martial artists, we have a chance to grow, because when we're hanging out around you guys and we see your success, it's motivational for us to be able to, there's hope that we can now make a living in the martial arts. We can do something that's incredible in the martial arts. So the impactful. So go back, and I know you were one of those people. I've got Greg Duncan and a few other people that were back in the first event. So tell me about that back in 20 years, travel back there in time, hanging out with Seafood Goldberg 20 years ago. And everybody, you can notice my awards are sitting in the background. I've got, some sitting over here on my desk here, and we're going to sort of chat about those a little bit. And don't forget, you can go online and you can register, take a photograph with your award, post it in the Action Martial Arts group, and you're going to become eligible to win 2 dinner tickets to the banquet. So go and do that now. If you're watching this video, go and do it now, especially if you are a past inductee or if you're a 2020 inductee. So let's go back in time, and what was it like? I know what it's like now. My first induction or being at the event was 2004. So I see it now in the huge stage, but back then, I imagine that first event was not in the huge stage.
Yeah. And well, interesting fact, I am one of the few people that have been at the Action Martial Arts Hall of Fame 20 years. I have not missed one. And it's interesting, because if I get a job during that time, I say, no, you have to block that weekend off for me. Then there was only a couple of us going. I remember then the following year, I told Don, I said, you have to come to this event. It's so great. But I knew Sifu because I'm originally from the East Coast, and I used to compete in New York all the time. So I knew him from Chinatown competitions, when we used to go to the competitions. And I just remember, it was like one little room, and we had like little tables in the hall. There maybe were 3 or 4 vendors, and I was like one of the people, like selling pictures. And it was been interesting to see it grow from year to year to year for 20 years, to the epic event it is today, that very first day. And another reason I'll never forget the year history is because my daughter was born that first year. And I brought her with me. Me and my mom would be in the hotel room while I was there. And she came for maybe like the first 5 years, and then that was it. But yeah, I am blessed to have been there every year, and every year you meet new people, and you see a lot of the same friends that comes. And it's not just a Hall of Fame. It's a gathering. It's a gathering of martial artists from all over the world, East Coast, West Coast, and just something that is so dear in my heart that I would not miss it. I would like crawl to be there.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about an event. We're not talking about a hall. In fact, it's referred to as a hall of honors. And this is where bringing people together, Seafood Goldberg, he's so laid back, just don't cross his path. You got it made. But everyone it's a connection. It's a network. If you're looking to network with other martial artists, you have to come to this event. If you're looking to go back motivated, you have to come to this event. If you're looking for beautiful awards, you have to come to this event. But let's talk about that awards thing for a second. There's so many, because, I host the AMAA Martial Arts Masters and Pioneers, the Legends Awards Banquet and all these things. And we're just like with Seafood Goldberg's event, we're recognizing people because they deserve to be recognized. And these are the things bringing people together because they have done hard work. But it is a martial arts. I know when I started, 40 years ago in martial arts, you're the karate guy. Everyone thought of us as the karate guy, but now, I speak to corporations and I talk about the martial arts and what it can do in your life to empower you. So there's so many things to be gained from this networking and people, because you never know who you're going to bump into that can open a door for you. Plus, when you now go back and do something with your award, I mean, you should be proud of your award. And a legend is not you talking about yourself. A legend is when someone else is talking about you. Your students want to talk about you. Your pastor wants to talk about you. Your wife, family, friends, they want to talk about you if they know that you are successful. Everybody loves to be around successful people. It's just a motivator. So when you now receive your event, your awards from this event, then you go back and you publicize and let people know. Don't, if yours, well, I don't want to let anyone know. Well, you probably shouldn't go to this event. You really want to go to this event because it's life changing. Cynthia was saying, I came in 2004, and I was a martial arts instructor of the year. That was a really critical time for me as a brand new 8th degree black belt, really sort of defining myself. What does it mean to be an 8th degree black belt? I never thought about rank as something that I flirt, but I always thought about rank as about what I do. And so to be honored by this was another booster for me to go out and be a better teacher, to be a better role model, not because I've got awards, but because I have earned the right to be in my peers. They begin to recognize me for that. So, let's talk about that for a second. We talk about value. What are some of the values that you see for an individual coming to this, world-class event?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's a great network. Not only that, but there's so many seminars people could take. I mean,
Mhm.
it's the biggest amount of masters coming to teach people. So you can learn martial art, and nobody has an ego. Everybody is in each other's class. It's just there to learn. And also, like you said, honored, and I love that. It's like a big thing. I go to a few of these Hall of Honors, and to me it's a blessing and a privilege to honor. you know you have a passion for martial arts. You become a black belt, you put a lot of hard work into that, but not only are you skilled, but you other people. And to me, being a martial artist, it's one of the best things I've ever done, is to give back to people, because that's how I feel my legacy is maybe what I have saved their life someday. So all these people that are getting honored, they deserve it so much. And I'm so happy to be there to share in the celebration with them. And like you said, you go back, you should be proud of it, proud of what you've done. And all the celebrities that go there, that are there, they're so loving. They just want to share with you. They want to enjoy, in your happiness and the celebration. So it's family. It's not like just an event, come and get your award. Like, you really get to talk to people. It's such a big event, but it's like home. It's like home, because everybody is so loving and giving. And whether you get an award or not, or you just come to meet people, or you come to, I mean, it's each year it's getting bigger, and there's more people coming. It's an event, and it's at the Tropicana. How
Mhm.
cool, the casino is so much fun. There's great restaurants, everybody's out like dancing, having a good time afterwards. It's just a wonderful, it's so big because people that go there keep coming back. You know, they look forward to it. It's the beginning of the year. It starts out everybody's year in an. So I just tell everybody, yes, keep coming back. And if you haven't been there, you have to come, because it is definitely the epic event of
But
all time.
we're adding what we call the super part to this event this year. Sifu has Goldberg has commissioned us to write and publish the first martial arts Hall of Honors world history book, not just a history book, a world history book. This book is going to be put in the libraries, going to be passed at university campuses. We're going all out on this book to really make it phenomenal. And, hey, of course, you're going to be in the book. In fact, I'm going to get you really up close to the front, because that's what we want to do. We want to share your history. And the history that we're looking for in this book is your connection to the event. How do you fit in the event? We want your picture holding your award. So the book is going to be a biography book of all of the individuals that would like to be in the book. This is an option for you to be in there, but having that opportunity to share your story in the first world martial arts book that's about an event. When you have tens of thousands of people over this past 20 years, we look at the banquet. I think there was between 1,100 to 1,300 people at the banquet last year. And you go now 20 years, and of course there's a lot of repeat, but you look at the thousands of people worldwide that come to this event, there's a lot of stories. And what I try to do as a publisher is to bring these stories together that show that no matter what style of martial arts that we study, we are martial artists. We bring something special, and then try to put it in a way that we can now share this with the public. Because what we want to do is, not about us, but to be able to inspire others to join our martial arts program, to pursue the martial arts. And if we can do that, especially if we think it's impacted our lives, we know that this will have an opportunity to impact, somebody else's life in that. So do you have anything that's coming up or anything you want to share before we wrap up?
Well, let's see. I just did Diary of a Lunatic. Also with the director, Greg Robbins, we are trying to put together a reboot of China O'Brien. So doing China O'Brien in a more modern day. I'll be starting another film, a big action picture here in LA. Let's see. And then I'm in the martial arts in New Jersey with my partners, Grandmaster Eric Kovaleski. That's coming up. And then I'll be at the Urban Action Film Festival the following week. I have a lot of things. Andrew Finelli's event, I'll be there. And then I
June the 26th, 27th, we'll be in Vegas launching the last edition of the Martial Arts Masters and Pioneers book. So that's June 26th. So, put that on your schedule. I'm going to be closer to you. We're in Vegas. So,
Vegas, right. Yeah, okay.
So we'll have that part.
We had a great time.
And last time we had to travel all the way to DC, so we're going to be there. And everyone, what you can do, you can go to Amazon, and this is actually the hardcover of the book, the Who's Who in the Martial Arts Legends Edition, with Cynthia, Michael John White, Dennis Brown, several great martial artists on the cover. Again, this was the book that launched and it sort of started everything for us, bringing people together, working, developing their bios, and really creating something positive. So we want you in the upcoming book. So if you are a past inductee or if you are a 2020 inductee, you become eligible to be published in the first Action Martial Arts Magazine Hall of Honors World History book. So this is a great opportunity. The space is limited. We look for this book. It's going to probably be about 500 pages. It's going to be probably one of the largest dictionary books, ever printed because we have so many inductees. So act now. A deadline's coming up here. November the 28th is the deadline to get your information in there. And Cynthia, I want to, of course, as always, thank you for your support. You are truly one of those role models out there that really keeps the art moving forward. You keep representing, and again, we are so grateful for you and all the things that you actually do. So everyone, do you have a website or something that people can reach out to you, follow you, or anything?
Yeah, well, I'm actually in the process of redoing, but that'll be coming soon. But I'm very active on Facebook, so I keep it public, so a lot of people can message me. They can always message. Also Instagram, and I'm not that great on Twitter, but I'm trying to. But social media, Facebook, and if you do ask me a question, I I will answer you if you have a serious question. So feel free to contact me there.
Well, we truly thank you for taking the time to talk about this. I haven't told Sifu yet that you're doing this, so I mean we kept it really nice about him. We didn't talk bad about him or anything. So but everyone, he's a phenomenal person. If you want a true friend, someone that's loyal, that'll always have your back, that he is the guy. As a martial artist, he's packed with super values. So he's not just some guy out here hosting an event. He's Sifu Alan Goldberg, and that name is a world recognized name. So if you have not registered yet, you can go to our website, and that is actionmartialartshistorybook.com. That's actionmartialartshistorybook.com. Submit your bio. Everyone, be blessed. This is Grandmaster Jesse Bowen with the dynamic and superstar Cynthia Rothrock. And hey, we'll see you guys the next time.